Hi, my name is Weldon Long. I'm the president of ItsUp2U Media. Our company is a national training company that does sales and marketing, consulting, and training for heating and air conditioning contractors all across the country. We're happy to be here today and talk a little bit about the LivePresenter technology that you're taking a look at. Here with me is Doug Wyatt. Doug is our general manager here at ItsUp2U Media and is involved very heavily in the operational side of our business.
Well, I absolutely am, Wally. And the thing that I really like about LivePresenter is that I'm not necessarily a technical guy myself, but I've been able to step into the role of running the operation system as you do the presentation in front of the camera. I'm kind of running the back-end operations side of it, and not being a technical guy, it's really just been seamless for me.
Right. So what we wanted to do today is just to share our experience with the technology, kind of how we got involved with it, and where we see it taking our company and help us expand our training nationally. We started about 4 years ago, actually, opening a heating and air conditioning company here in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and rapidly grew within a couple of years to be the largest residential heating and air conditioning company in southern Colorado. Well, after a couple of years of a great deal of success with our sales and marketing program, we began to have other contractors from around the country call us, and they wanted our sales and marketing system. So what I started doing was going out and traveling around the country and staying in Motel 6s and Motel 8s around the country and doing a lot of training on-site for heating and air conditioning contractors. Well, after a little bit of time of that, I got pretty tired of being the road warrior. You know, I love to do the speaking, I love to do the sales training, but the staying on the road constantly can be pretty taxing, as any of you who travel a lot know, especially these days with airports and security and missed flights and delayed flights and everything else. So we, just by a fortuitous set of circumstances, stumbled into the LivePresenter technology last year in 2008. We've employed this, and the results for our company have just been amazing. We are now broadcasting to dozens of companies across the country, and we offer our sales training program in a 9-hour format over 3 days. We do 3 hours a day for 3 days, and we get our upfront sales training package done, and then we offer on a subscription basis. We do weekly live national sales meetings, and the response from our contractors, from our clients, has been overwhelming. They love the fact that they're able to get this cutting-edge sales and marketing training, and they're getting it at a very affordable rate. Not thousands of dollars a month like they used to pay me to come in, but for hundreds of dollars a month. And the benefit to me is I can leverage my training. I can broadcast to 5 people, or I can broadcast to 50 or 100 companies. I'm able to leverage our program and expose it to more and more contractors. Each of them can afford it at a reasonable rate, and we're able to leverage our time and our efforts so that we're talking to more people at one time.
Yeah, I think one of the things that Wally touched on there is the fact that he doesn't have to travel, that he can be here in the studio and he can do this training in a live and interactive format without traveling. It was so bad, and I know that travel may seem like the glamorous lifestyle for the jet setter, but I can tell you for Wally, he was at the point where he was just ready to stop doing the traveling and stop doing the training because he was tired of living out of a suitcase. What this has allowed our company to do is to continue with our training, but to actually expand and have more clients. We always hear that, Wally couldn't be everywhere at one time. Well, now he can, and it's interactive with the chat line that's open during his presentations, where people can truly type in real time, ask questions, and he can be stopped by myself and say, Wally, we have a question out of South Carolina, or we have a question from Hawaii this morning, and he can literally answer that question as people have them and they come up in their mind.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And we believe that we're just scratching the tip of the iceberg, as it were, with this technology. One of the things that we're finding from our clients is that companies are looking for a way to get the training, to get the motivation, but they can't afford $30,000 for a keynote anymore. They can't afford $250,000 for a big convention to bring all their sales guys in. So what we're doing now is presenting the opportunity to our clients and the clients that we don't even have yet that, hey, we can deliver the training, because these corporations know. They know they're going to pay a price in productivity down the line. They know that a year from now or 2 years from now, because they're not spending the money now on training and motivation, they're going to see a decrease in productivity. Well, what we're doing now is to bring to our clients an affordable way that they can do training and motivation on a regular basis, and they can afford it in these tough economic times. So if you're evaluating a business model that might enable you to leverage your talents, leverage your program across the nation and talk to many, many people at one time, we would strongly recommend employing this technology, this LivePresenter technology. It's just been amazing for us. And Doug, I'd like for you maybe just to share some of the feedback that you've received from our clients that, were a little dubious at first. They were worried about buying training online. Share a little bit with the viewers.
Well, it's truly been incredible. The response that we have gotten is the things that people write to me, the things they call and say to me after the trainings is that it's absolutely incredible that they can just sit their guys in front of a computer and be trained without all of that travel expense that you talked about. One of the things that I've really enjoyed about LivePresenter is the ability for us to archive the material that you do live. The reason for that is, oftentimes we'll have clients that get busy and one of their salespeople, for instance, will miss one of the trainings. Or an owner or his wife or somebody in the office will miss one of the trainings that we do. For example, this last week, we had a question and we did a presentation on lead coordination. Sales leads that come in by telephone, and then how do we set those appointments for our sales guys? And I had somebody call me and say, hey, how do you do this? And I said, well, 2 weeks ago, we did a training on that. I was able to just simply refer them to their learning page with the LivePresenter, and instead of me having to answer those questions or getting you on the phone with them to do a personalized training, they were able to simply reference back and watch that archive presentation. So they got a full hour answer rather than me taking an additional 10 or 15 minutes and giving them just kind of a partial answer. They got the entire thing by the archive material.
Yeah, I think the archive material and the archive technology is amazing because it's basically your frequently asked questions on steroids. Because instead of just giving a brief answer, we could direct our clients to an hour-long training to answer that question. Now, obviously, it wasn't live at that point because they were watching the archive session, but they could hear the questions and get the same training that folks did from a live perspective. But the biggest advantage to me as a business owner, as a national sales trainer, the biggest advantage to me, quite frankly, is residual income. Because I can tell you, I can go out and I can do training at a fee of $18,000 to $20,000 per week, and that's great. I go out and I make a lot of money. The problem is there's a lot of expense in that, and travel expense. It's not the best benefit to my clients because when I'm gone, typically the training goes with me. And where this program and this technology is so amazing is it allows me to be in contact with my clients and do training every week. So they get a much bigger value for their buck. But the best part about it is, as we grow our program, and we charge $500 a month for our online training program on a subscription basis. Well, it doesn't take a rocket science to figure out once we have 100 companies signed up, which we're well on our way to that, we're talking about $50,000 a month in cash flow on the first of the month before I ever wake up, before I go on my first trip. So the residual income and the way that you can have this revenue-generating program that generates capital, generates cash flow, all these things, and it only costs the individual contractor a few $100s a month. It's just a very powerful way to deliver our message, to get our content out there, generate awesome cash flow, good return on investment, and powerful value for our clients. I mean, really, it's the ultimate win-win situation because everybody, from my perspective in terms of traveling to managing our budgets to delivering good value from Doug to our clients, it just works out well for everybody.
And I think that's one of the biggest things. And Wally just mentioned travel again. The fact that you don't have to travel and that you can come in here and do one highly energetic presentation once a week or so, instead of having to fly around the country and do those over and over and over again, I feel like our clients get an even better product because you only have to do it once.
But I'm going to tell you, of all the things we've talked about, another amazing advantage of this technology is, as a result of the success we've had, I actually have a second home in Maui. And I like to spend a lot of time out there. And this technology actually permits us, for me to be in Maui and to broadcast our training from Maui. It doesn't matter where I am in the world. If you want to be isolated in the mountains of Colorado, if you want to be isolated on the beaches of Maui, wherever you are, as long as you have a high-speed connection, you can broadcast to your clients and you can be generating revenue and delivering content and value to your clients. It's just an amazing technology.
Absolutely.